It's week 9 of the NFL, and we've got C.J. Stroud. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Commanders and the Browns, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They're halfway home, looking good, at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
In his stat line last week,
in motion goes the tight end. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
we use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They run the option left with Lawrence. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. You talk about this Washington defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. From midfield now, Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 24 carries, 136 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 29. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. I guess that's what happens when you give the current NFL rushing leader that much room.
And when you do, all you're doing is solidifying his standing at the top of the leaderboard. He's going to continue to get more and more yards. Good luck trying to chase him down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Here's Stroud. Open man is Samuel, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Stroud looking to throw, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Stroud out of the gun here. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Olave. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. When you look at this defense, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call it. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I think I'm being generous with that number.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2nd and 10, here's Stroud. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
This is where you need a quarterback who can see the whole field. They're going to run matching corner routes on each side of the formation. This time, it's the tight end who gets the call, and he brings it in for good yardage and a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Stroud. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Washington. Justin Jefferson, 34 yards. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. Is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 19 yards there on the catch and run. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Gets the dump off to Pierce. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Commanders, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Again, it's Lawrence. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Browns. Hunter Renfrow, 28 yards. And the Browns are back within a score. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Hunter Renfrow who capped things off with a touchdown reception. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And able to get this out to the 25. So here's Washington now to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In motion, the tight end. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth 1st quarter of play. Stroud to throw it. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Now Stroud. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. To the sideline and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Lawrence running right on the option. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Washington ready to try again on offense. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Following the fumble recovery, Stroud finds Gibbs on the check down. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Robinson on a give right side. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Stroud. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field to start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Nolan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Nolan Smith drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Again on second down, it's Stroud. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 10. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now here's Stroud. Touchdown! Chris Olave with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead in the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Byron Young in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. As Stroud now to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Robinson with another carry. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this 1st half. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Now 2nd and 9. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Byron Young. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Stroud looking to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First and 10, it's Stroud. Right back to Pitts again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and a couple. Here's Stroud. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Here goes Stroud again. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's De'Ami Brown who finishes things off with a touchdown reception and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start with a good one in the NFC. Dallas heading east to take on Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Kadarius Toney, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Packers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He put together the kind of half you dream about. 5 touchdown passes, as his guys are well in control of this ball game.
From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
On first down, here's Stroud. Open man is Samuel, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. On the give, here's Robinson. And this is going to be a Commanders first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Back to Robinson now on first down. Shoves him away. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Again, it's Robinson. Brought down by Willie Gay.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and it's 3rd and 5. Stroud. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Looking middle, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Stroud to throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Chris Olave from 10 yards out. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Nolan Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll take it at the 42.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
Touchdown, Washington! Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2nd and 9. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Well, another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
121 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Now Stroud. This one brought in by Jefferson. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Throwing now is Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. A give left side to Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Stroud able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
Back to throw. Stroud over the middle, complete to Samuel. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Robinson will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's third and goal. Robinson again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. I'm looking down from our booths. You can tell this crowd wants them to go for it right now.
And believe me, he knows it. And he's weighing that through his head right now. Actually trying to filter that out because this needs to be a cold decision by him. Not influenced by the crowd. Not influenced by the outside factors. Does he believe in his team enough to go for it right here? I think he's going to reward the crowd and do it.
And if he doesn't get it, they have to go the full length of the field. We'll see. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Here's a diving catch right side. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Lawrence.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Byron Young
getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Lawrence will throw.
Open man, that's Renfro. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, a pretty anemic, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we... Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
The Commanders' offense set to take over.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Stroud looking to throw.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
Shoves him aside. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And Stroud now to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here comes Hunter Renfrow, ready for the next drive with the rest of his offensive mates.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Now Lawrence to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Byron Young.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And some room to run now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's got to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Stroud working out of the gun. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They are certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Byron Young.
My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lawrence. He's got Renfro on the out route.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
11 yards there, just like last play.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed They did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Washington,
the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.